Jonnu Smith, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Patriots use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Folk, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So the completion good for 7 there. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now Burrow. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Boyd. And he is going to have a Bengals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. On the return, Marcus Jones from the... Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Now Harris. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Jones looking around. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Well, the offense, they had really not been able to mount anything yet on that drive, and the defense made sure they couldn't mount anything. The interception and the return adding 6 to the scoreboard.
And that's no small return for a linebacker partner. He took matters into his own hands and his legs on that pick. And once he had it, I don't think anyone on the field could have stopped him.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
And no, it's incomplete. So that hits the ground with only 4 seconds remaining. And this should be the last play. One more shot.
Incomplete pass there is probably the best scenario going, because if he catches the football, clock's probably going to run out in that situation.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Jones. Going for the deep ball. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are on to overtime.
That's stupid.
So it'll be the Bengals with the football here to start the overtime session as the kick is away. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
First throw in overtime now for Burrow. It connects quickly to Jamar Chase. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Again, here's Perine.
Come on, man.
The first before he's taken down at the 29. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Now a carry for Perine. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. Down to the 25. Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up. Throwing, Burrow. Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 14. Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Mixing up the middle. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. They've had some success here in overtime with this opening drive running the football right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
So a pressure spot here for Evan McPherson. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. McPherson's kick is good, and they have regained the lead. So they do get the short field goal here to get them the all-important overtime lead. But, Charles, you wonder if they'll wind up ruining the fact that they were able to get down into the red zone, yet not able to find the touchdown that would have won them the game.
Brandon, you're absolutely right. In overtime, when you get the ball first, the hope is your opponents never see the football. But now they're going to get a drive to try and win it, or at least keep the game alive with a field goal. And I'm getting a dictionary out to look up ruin.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously, Charles, a touchdown to win it.
Yeah, and I'm taking the defense's perspective on this one, partner, because now they know with a 3-point lead, they can afford to give that up because you just keep playing, right? Overtime gets extended. But if you give up the touchdown, it's game over. So on offense, every play you make, you've got to try and get just a little bit more out of each one in order to try and get to the end zone, because they're going to play everyone back, keep everything in front.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Give him 6 yards in the first down. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Going up the gut, Montgomery. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. A gain there of 21 yards.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down. So a little chunk there on 1st as they try to chip away down 3 in overtime.
I like your description. Chip away, down 3. You don't have to get it all in one big play, although obviously that would be nice. But there's no need to have that type of risk associated with it. Run your offense, get first.
There's Henry. Touchdown Patriots. But Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf. And today, that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.
So that'll do it for us.